Hello there and welcome. This is Terry Magalakis, doing my first podcast on my newfound program that I have been doing a lot of research, a lot of study on, and reading a lot of books around the thought movement. Well, it's actually called the New Thought Movement. And basically this first video is just an introduction of, well, what is the New Thought Movement? And basically what I would like to just explain to you about why I have chosen something like this, because I have always believed in the law of attraction, something that has really impacted my life, my friends' life, my family's life, and it's something that it really got me into, it really started my coaching journey onto where I am right now. And basically what the New Thought is, or the New Thought movement, or the New Thought is a spiritual movement which was developed in the United States during the late 19th century, but also emphasizes the metaphysical sort of beliefs. And it basically consisted of a allied group of religious organizations, authors, philosophers, individuals who share a set of metaphysical beliefs concerning the effects of positive thinking, law of attraction, healing, life force, creative visualization, and also personal power. Now, the law of attraction is a metaphysical new thought belief that like attracts like, that positive and negative thinking brings about positive and negative sort of physical results. So whatever you're thinking negative or positively, it will basically manifest into your life, positive or negative. And according to the law of attraction, if you were to think of it, some examples, there's some phases like I need more money allows the subject to continue to need more money. If the subject wants to, as an individual wants to change this, they would focus their thoughts on the goal of having a materialistic thing rather than the problem, which could be a desperate need of something that they don't have. And what people have failed to recognize is that once you start recognizing the problem and you start emphasizing, you start focusing on it, you start saying it over and over and over again, basically this will manifest more than you wanting something more important. But you're focused so much on the problem has manifested, not the solution, not the actual result that brings upon abundance and prosperity. And that really has got me really excited to pretty much start my new podcast series on talking to you and to other people and sharing the message about the New Thought movement to everyone. And pretty much where had it started, and a lot of people that I've read, it's a lot of people think that it was Napoleon Hill who in 1937 developed the book Think and Grow Rich, that basically this book went on to become one of the best-selling books of all time, selling more than 60 million copies. Now, a lot of people go to this book, but it has been highly recommended to a lot of entrepreneurs, network marketers, coaches, but to anyone who feels that they wanted a fresh start in life, and they feel that the Think and Grow Rich book is something that they should begin with. But I wanted to go deeper. I wanted to find, was there any other book that came out before the 1937 that has a much bigger impact than Napoleon Hill? And yes, they are. And the books that I basically started reading in, a book written by William Walker Atkinson in 1906, used the phase in his New Thought Movement book. It's called Thought Vibration, or the Law of Attraction in the Thought World. And basically from here, you had people such as Elizabeth Towney, the editor of certain magazines, and basically you had other people who were coming. You had Bruce McLachlan, I do believe he started doing the book of Prosperity Through Thought Force, which I am still reading till this day. You had Jerry and Esther Hicks started to write books like The Law of Attraction. You had other people like David J. Schultz, who started writing The Magic of Thinking Big. And then it went to another book, I do believe it was Wallace D. Wattles. The book was called The Science of Getting Rich, and I do believe that the book was written in 19, I do believe, because I have the book right in front of me right now, and I'm trying to find the date that it was written, because it says here 1860 to 1911, but that's the day that Wallace D. Wattles pretty much had passed away, on 1911. Unfortunately, I couldn't find the date on the book, but it's one of those books that I do believe that really I was onto something. I was onto something that I found something I've basically been looking for a long time on my whole coaching journey, because starting on your coaching journey, you learn about NLP, hypnosis, you learn about MB branding, you learn about business in executive coaching, you learn about how to coach in different sort of communication styles, and have emotional intelligence and people management, and also team management. And that was all great, but everyone was learning the same thing, and I wanted to basically be different to the mold that everyone was wanting to be. And a year goes by. My book comes out, The Conqueror Within. That came out in 2016 in January. That I was very, very impressed, and pat myself on the back for that one. It took me 6 months to write, but I actually. The goal was 6 months, but I actually wrote it in 5 and a bit months, and the book was published, and I was very, very happy with that. But I wanted to find something else that I really wanted to share with people, and basically I wanted to collaborate with another person. My business partner Andrew. Basically, we've got a new company called coming out very, very soon, to basically motivate people, to bring confidence to people, to make people passionate again, but also make people become very driven, have that hustle mentality in their own lives. And I do believe that what I'd come across, which was the new thought movement, was something that was very exciting to me. I know that you'd be very excited as well. But anyway, I know I've been talking a lot today, but so to conclude, basically this is the intro podcast to what shall be a big part series that will go on for another couple of days, weeks, months, and also years. And the next episode, what I'd like to talk to people about is what I had found from an author called Raymond Hollywell, where his book was called Working with the Law. Now, what I wanted to find was, what tools and resources that people can use, but also what can people do that I do believe that can really impact their lives in a much more positive way. And I was reading through all these books, and I was like, this is all great information, but I wanted to know, is there any sort of steps, is there any sort of tools or resources that people can use to implement into their days, a day in or day out, 24/7, 365. And from this book, Raymond Hollywell, Working with the Law, this will be the first or the next episode. Basically, what he had found, that there are countless laws that impact on our daily lives and actions. But there are other laws that I do believe are just waiting to be discovered and put to work from within. So basically, it's laws that anyone can use to live a limitless, but also a prosperous, but also an abundant life. And basically, it wasn't only one law or two or three, it's over 11 laws. Now, there is more laws out there, and it's limitless. But from what Raymond Hollywell, he basically stuck with only the 11 laws. And for the next video, I begin the 11-part series of the 11 laws that you can use in your day, each and every day. As you get up, you can use this to make your days go by so much easily, joyful, happiness, stress-free, but also more peaceful and more harmonious to you. And I'd like to share that with you in my next episode. So basically, to conclude on this day, basically stay tuned for our next episode on the episode 1 of the new part of the new series that I will be talking on Raymond Hollywell's Working with the Law, or I have basically titled it myself The Laws of the Universe. Now, there is a surprise at the end at the 11th law. Basically, other books that I've been reading from other people who began this new thought movement. I read these books and I created laws from my own sort of perspective, and I'll share that with you much later on. But until then, thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate it. Stay tuned for the next episode where we begin our new series on the laws of the universe. And thank you so much for listening today, and I will see you then. So take care.